Hey everyone, I'm Keith Lackner. As long as I can remember, I've been a creator. Whether it's woodworking or drawing or pottery making, I've always been into creating my own art. As long as I can remember, I've been drawing and sketching, and then later on in life that evolved into pottery making, and then later on it evolved into building my own custom furniture and these one-off pieces. I discovered the lathe about 10 years ago, and when I got on it, I was just absolutely hooked with turning. I was able to create one-of-a-kind pieces. That actually evolved into resin turning. Now, I'm one of the original resin turners that's out there. I started it about 10 years ago, and I was one of the first ones to actually create large resin pieces. One of the problems with that is that when you turn resin, there's not really any good tools out there for you to turn resin with. They beat up your tools really bad. You're always sharpening them. So when I developed this process of casting large pieces and turning them, the most important thing was tools. There was really no tools that were out there that helped me turn these big pieces. There was traditional bowl gouges and roughing gouges and traditional scrapers, but the problem with it was that they got dull super fast. So one of the great things was Carter Products actually reached out to me, and I was able to design my own tool. And the tool that I designed for resin turning is the Keith Lackner Signature Series tool. Now this tool is great because we actually figured out the perfect angle. There's no other tool in the market that already has you sloped at a 30-degree angle. You don't have to worry about propping your tool up, twisting it sideways for a shear cutter. All of that is already figured out for you. We put a small cutter head on there. The small cutter head is perfect for production. And I'm going to show you later on why the small cutter head I say is a production cutter. It's going to go through the material, it's going to cut it so much faster, it's not going to put that much stress on the resin, and you're actually going to be able to turn down your resin pieces a lot faster. You want to know what the absolute best part about this tool is this tool is the only resin tool on the market that was designed by a resin turner. Okay, so what I want to do is talk about my tool a little bit. What separates my tool from everyone else? When I first got approached by Carter Products, one of the absolute musts for this tool was to carry over the axe handle. I absolutely fell in love with the axe handle when I first saw the axe line of tools come out. It's got a great feel. The flat edge that's there, it helps wrap around my hand and index. So no matter what, when I'm inside hollowing, I know exactly where I am. I don't have to worry about trying to find where my cutter is with this being all the way around. All the way down is where some of the handles are. It's ergonomic, it feels great in the hand. That's the most important thing. And I don't know if you guys know this, but the reason why we call them the axe tool is because we actually kind of did mimic a little bit of an axe. So it comes down, it's ergonomic for us, it feels great in the hand, and it's actually really good to index. If you just grab it in your hand like that, your pinky just curls right up underneath, and it's just very comfortable to turn with. The next thing is the shaft. So we went with a 5/8 stainless steel shaft. It's 5 inches buried inside of the handle. So it's real rugged. It takes a lot of the vibration from you. I've got a really big handle on here too, because I'm a hip turner. So what I want is when I'm turning big pieces, I want to kind of bury this piece in my hip. I don't want to have my hands here. So as you can tell, I've got a lot of deep coring that I'm doing. So the shaft is actually sticking out about 9 inches, and that helps out a lot. So this tool takes a brunt of the vibration and beating up, so to speak. So it's not translating into your arms or your shoulders, and it makes it so you can turn with my tool all day long. And one of the best things about this is that the 9mm cutter head that's on here. This is my favorite cutter of all time. And I'll show you that with a smaller cutter, you could actually go in, make little cuts, but I'm going to show you a couple of tricks to actually make you more efficient so you actually remove more material. Now these cutters are a little bit different than, like, say, bowl gouges. The bigger the bowl gouge, the more material you can remove at a faster pace. With carbide tip tools, the smaller the cutter head, the faster and less vibration you're gonna get cutting resin. And the absolute best thing about this is when I designed this tool, if you're not just a resin turner, that's great. This tool cuts exotic woods, it cuts coca-colas, it cuts, all your exotic woods. It cuts it absolutely fantastic. Hard maples, all that loves this stuff. So it's not just a matter of you can only cut the resin and have to switch if you're going to, say, have a hybrid piece that has maples and exotic woods. You're going to be able to just cut through it no problem with this tool.